I feel like it's my duty as a parent to share our story because there may be some other families out there who are going through the same thing, and we've experienced nothing short of a miracle. So 3 weeks ago, we had my son's tongue, lip, and cheek ties released. My son is today 6 months old, and these last 6 months up until the release have been a completely different experience. That's the abridged version, and now for the real story. By the way, doing these videos in your car are not easy. So when my son was born, he immediately latched, which was so amazing. I was so excited because breastfeeding was a little bit of a struggle for my first. So I thought, wow, we're rocking it. Everything is going so well. And then over the next 12 hours of his life, he started to develop gas. So I was like thinking, okay, babies have gas, I guess. My first didn't, but every baby's different. But after the gas, then came the crying. And the crying was nonstop all the time. So I guess he basically was diagnosed as a tough baby and a baby who's colicky. Took him to the chiropractor, took him to craniosacral, eliminated dairy, soy, soda from my diet, and nothing was really making a difference. What we noticed is when we would breastfeed, he would latch, take a letdown, and then about a minute into breastfeeding, he would fly off my breast screaming bloody murder, like he was in pain or uncomfortable, definitely trying to communicate something. But we just couldn't get to the bottom of it. And as a mom, I just knew something was off. Oh, the other red flag was he stopped pooping every day. And I understand that there are some people who say, oh, when you breastfeed, babies absorb, so they don't need to poop every day. Sorry. If I don't poop every day or my patients don't poop every day, there's a problem. So that was a red flag. I brought it to some medical providers' attention that I believe that he had a tongue tie because it was actually pretty obvious. But the advice I was originally given when he was about 2.5 months was that he would grow out of it. Fast forward to month 5, and I'm very deep into some severe postpartum depression from all the crying. Couldn't figure out why he was so upset. He felt like a failure as a mother. Your baby's trying to communicate to you and you don't understand what's going on. And one of my very good friends, who's also a speech therapist, I showed her a picture of my son's tongue and I said, hey, could this be what's going on? Could this be the problem? And she said, yes, of course. So what I didn't know is that tongue ties and lip ties and even cheek ties can cause speech issues. They can cause sleep issues. They can affect the structure of your face, which now in retrospect, thinking about it, makes so much sense. So I saw a third lactation consultant who evaluated him, and she said that, yes, she believes that not only he has a tongue tie, but a lip tie, as well as cheek ties, which I didn't even know were a thing. Recommended us to go see this doctor in the city. We're in New Jersey, so it was a pretty easy commute for us, and he did a consultation and believed that he needed to have them released. So I was freaking out because here I am as a mom having to decide, do I give my 5-month-old oral surgery that I don't even know if he really needs, because I've gotten such a difference of opinions from different medical providers. I did some research and I saw a lot of benefit, but then I also saw some things that people were saying, oh, it's the tonsils of our generation and it's an overdone procedure, but it may help breastfeeding and it may help down the line with his speech or starting solids and things like that. So after he was evaluated by the doctor in the city, we went through with the procedure and it was super, super easy. I mean, the whole thing took not even a minute. I wish I would have recorded it because it was so fast. And so the doctor we went to used a laser, which just cauterizes the tissue. He put a little local anesthetic before he did the procedure. Yes, my son did cry, but after he settled back into his body, I kid you not, he looked into my eyes and I could tell he said, thank you. Fast forward to today, he's so happy. We're breastfeeding great, hardly ever cries, and he poops multiple times a day. So if you have a colicky baby, if you're struggling with breastfeeding, if you have a toddler who has delayed speech, doesn't sleep, even behavioral issues, I would have them evaluated and see if this could be the root cause.